5 seconds of just no talking and then
Got you. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Confirmo Sports and Betting Podcast. So if you guys know, we actually started, or we're expanding the Stay Tranquilo kind of brand. And it started as one podcast. The podcast now is turning into an assortment of different podcasts. We got Dave here. But the goal is, we're going to be creating a few different segments. And sports is something that I fucking love. And I know Dave loves, and we think Miami sports are a little underrepresented across all things media. So, we want to just, touch the surface, talk about some of the things that people aren't talking about, have a little bit of a bias on Miami sports.
Oh, there's going to be so much bias.
Yeah.
This is
you can
the most
clearly see
takes.
where our priorities are
Yeah.
in terms of college football teams. We got the ZT jersey back there, but
GOAT, Hall of Fame.
yeah, fuck yeah. So we're gonna, talk sports. We're gonna have some fun. It's a Miami first podcast, but we'll talk about, a little bit about everything. And, we're gonna lock in our bets here later on in the show. But, I think the reason behind the name of the show, Melo Confirmo, is, make it Miami, make it, representing like where we're from. We're all somewhat Cuban American or something like that. So it's to represent us Latinos, representing us in Miami, have a good time talking sports. And, we're going to lock in our picks later on, and that'll be the basis of the show.
Picks.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to do.
So, I'll throw it to Dave, though. Dave, tell him a little bit about you and, your affinity towards FIU and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, David Hondo here. First on the Stay Tranquilo.
You never did an actual.
I haven't done.
Damn.
This is my first video.
I know.
This is surreal. But first on the Stay Tranquilo Network. But we've done podcasts in the past before.
Yeah.
Chewable podcast. Shout out. That's a FIU based podcast. Obviously, I'm a very big FIU fan. It's not even really probably. It's like the first ever born FIU fan. My dad, for those who don't know, that my dad is one of the guys who started the football program at FIU. And so essentially Papa Panther, shout out my dad. So essentially, since I've been born, I've been an FIU fan. Like most kids, if their first like baby outfits, onesies, whatever it is like, future Kane, future Gator, whatever.
Right.
I literally might have had the first ever future Panther, as a baby. So, grew up FIU fan, die hard. Still go to every game, still root hard. And, if I want to give an early lock, FIU plus 7.5 versus UConn today.
Yes, sir. And we'll get into a little bit about what happened to FIU on the way there. But
yes.
They're trying to do anything to not get that lock in. But it's going to happen.
And then last thing, also outside of FIU, I'm just a huge sports fan in general. I literally die hard. As hard of an FIU fan as I am, like my first love is the Fins. Like the Fins, I love the Fins. As you can see, I'm decked head to toe. I'm ready for Sunday Night Football. But Fins, Heat, Panthers.
Fish.
I'm not a big baseball guy. I'll let you take the baseball stuff. But outside of Miami, Man United, Ronaldo, and Victor Hovland, baby.
Yeah, fuck that.
I think I've covered all my bases.
Hav had a year.
I think I've covered all my bases.
No, it's good though because like we talked about it before. Like we want to cover golf, we want to cover soccer, and you can have your tangent on Ronaldo versus Messi.
It's gonna be a hot take in Miami. Everyone in Miami, all of a sudden,
everyone now is a Messi fan.
A Messi guy, and hate to tell them that they're wrong, but they're wrong.
But I think so. We're recording right now. It's been week 1 of football already happened. Mm-hmm. So it's Saturday. The 16th. So it's the morning. College football is about to start. What are we technically, week 3 or week 4? Because it's week 0 and then it's. But we count week 0 or
no? It's week.
It's week 3, right?
Week 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, because FIU, it's week 3 and FIU's already 2-1. So
Right.
like it's like
Should be 3-0, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So week 3 is about to get started this week, and yeah, I think we can jump straight into. There's not much going on in college football this week, but one thing that I did want to talk about college football, and I think is like the hot thing to talk about right now in college football, is Deon and what's going on in Colorado. What do you think about all that? I mean, dude, some people hate what's going on there.
I love it.
I freaking love it. I love every part of it.
Me too.
But what you're on the Deon train?
I am on the Deon train.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, actually, there was a point that I thought it was when he was I think at Jackson State. I was like, okay, like this is maybe getting a bit much, but it's cool. Like whatever. He's doing this, with an HBCU. Like it's cool. And then when he went to Colorado, I was like, there's no way this works.
Yeah.
And then, like.
We're literally 2
games in right off the bat. Like it's
they started off
working.
against.
I mean, his son, by the way, Shador, I think Shador Sanders is like he's going to be an NFL first-round draft pick.
His draft stock right now is like
it's
flying
up. He's the real deal. Like he is the real deal. And the other guy, Hunter, the guy that plays both
Travis
sides,
Hunter. Which his story of how Travis Hunter even ended up in first off Jackson State, like that was massive news because I think he was the number 1 ESPN recruit across every position. Yeah. And then he was committed to FSU. FSU was like hype about it.
Oh,
yeah, I was hype about it. I'm an FSU guy.
Yeah, he's an FSU guy.
And then all of a sudden it's like, no, he decommitted to Jackson State, and we're like, nah, what? Jackson State? Yeah. And that was like a huge thing. And that's when NIL had kicked in. Deon had a relationship with Barstool. Barstool then had paid him, I think it was like an $800,000 or $900,000 basically deal.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And that's how he ended up at Jackson State, basically. And then here he is. Obviously, Deon had the vision of like, I'm not going to be at Jackson State forever.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and granted, like shout out to Deon because like Deon's like he's actually proven that he's actually a really good coach.
He's a good coach.
He's a crazy motivator. You see all like the pregame stuff and like, and I don't know why these coaches keep giving Deon stuff to like just feed off of. Because like it's not, and I don't even think what the Colorado State coach said even offended Deon, but he saw it and he's like,
his speech that he was giving at practice was like, we stay quiet, like we never talk crap about our opponents.
Which they don't. They literally only pop up when like someone chirps them.
Exactly, and they're like, all right, and he's like, you made it personal. And then the best thing that he did was because if you didn't hear the comments was like, a grown man talking to the media with like sunglasses on.
It's like hat and sunglasses
on. Like who does this guy think he is? And then he's like, all right, he made it personal. And then he bought his whole team sunglasses.
That's the type of stuff that I love. Like
me too.
Like that
he's
level of like trolling and just in getting your players invested. Like that stuff's fun to me.
Oh, dude, imagine his team. His team's going to go into this game.
Oh, yeah, they're hyped.
They were probably already hyped about it. It's a little bit of like an in-state rivalry.
Yeah.
But like he said, you made it personal. Now it's like, all right, we're going to go out to kill. Yeah. And if we were up 20-0 in the fourth quarter, guess what? We're going to put the pedal down and we're going to drop by 40. And I think that's why that spread moves so much.
Because I
think it opened at 16.5 or something like that.
The only reason I am on this spread, I wasn't going to touch the spread.
Yeah, me either.
Until this happened, and it seems like a bait. Like it's like, oh, like okay, 23.5, like whatever. Like I'll take it, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's going to happen is that. Like if they're up, let's say at the end, there's still like some time left. Like he's going to run it up.
Yeah.
Like for the sake of the bet, I hope he runs it up. And I also just think they're like a legitimately good team. Like they should beat Colorado State.
Right now they're what, 18?
Something 18 like that? Nation. Yeah. So like they should they should beat them and they should beat them soundly. And now with this added bonus, like they should run it up on them.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
They have an interesting schedule coming up. They have like USC, I know, in a few weeks, like in 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So that's going to be hype.
If I'm not mistaken, they play Oregon next week.
Is it Oregon next week? Oh, they play Oregon before they play USC?
I'm almost positive. Yeah, check that. But I'm pretty sure.
Because
that's, and it's
they play
Oregon.
actually a good amount of ranked teams this year.
Oh, yeah. The Pac-12 actually has the most ranked teams out of any.
Really?
Which is funny because like the Pac-12 literally is collapsing.
Well, yeah, I was about to say that. Everyone's talking about SEC.
Yeah. But it's the Pac-12 because they've got like Oregon, USC, I believe even Oregon State's ranked, Colorado.
Let's see.
They had somebody else. They have somebody else who's ranked, but I'm pretty sure they had like the most ranked teams in college football.
Let's see. Oregon's got Hawaii this weekend. That's a fire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play next week
Yeah. So that's
in
gonna be-
Oregon.
That's
Oregon's ranked 13 right now.
yeah. That's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah, they have Oregon. Oof, bro, they got a brutal stretch. They got Colorado State this weekend. Then they got to go to Oregon, and then they play USC at home,
Well, back to back like that.
back to back.
Love
And then they
that.
got Arizona State on the road.
That Caleb Williams, Shador Sanders matchup is gonna be
But
sick.
yeah, I mean,
actually.
look at this. UCLA is ranked right now. I know,
So
obviously,
UCLA
that's a
is the
few
other one that's
weeks.
ranked.
Then they got Oregon State. Then they got to play
Washington State
Washington
and
State.
yeah.
And then Utah.
Yeah, no, they've got.
I mean, obviously, a lot can happen in between
Yeah.
all those games. But I mean, they got a brutal schedule.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
And
they were were they favored against Nebraska
They were after they beat TCU.
after TCU though, right?
Yeah, they completely like swapped. And
Yeah.
Nebraska lost week 0, so like
Yeah.
or week 1 or whatever. So they swapped it.
Well, I'm hyped. I'm hyped about Deon. I'm hyped about
Yeah.
that. I mean, outside of that, this weekend in college football, there's not really many big games outside of. We got the Panthers this
Kings in
weekend
the city.
against UConn.
Kings in the city against UConn.
7-point dogs, right?
7.5, I think.
Oof.
I got them at 7.5. They opened at 10. So
Hey, people picking FIU.
the sharps are coming down.
Dude, let me tell you.
Vegas is taking note.
They looked good last week against North Texas.
No, if the offense plays like that, and we've got Keyshawn Jenkins from Central, true freshman.
Yeah, he looked good. He made two bad mistakes, I want to
Yeah,
say.
listen, it's going to come with the territory. For freshman
As
mistake.
exactly as a freshman.
You
But
live
he
with
bounced.
those,
But
'cause,
the
like-
best part was he bounced back from because he
Yeah.
threw that late pick against North
Yeah,
Texas,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, here we
Here
go.
we go,
You
yeah,
know, we're
yeah.
gonna blow this 11-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are we even throwing the ball? And then he bounces back like a 90-yard drive right
Yeah.
after, and I mean that ultimately ended up winning the game
I mean,
for us.
I felt bad for North Texas because it was impossible for us to lose in Biscayne Blues. That was
Yeah,
never gonna happen. Like, you came in expecting to
The
lose.
Jersey game at
in the
FIU is
in the
tough right
Biscayne
now.
Blues, and they've got a new set. The one this week is gold pants, white jerseys, pretty nice. Gold linings, but yeah, college football this week is a bit. It's like
It's already like you already got like the hype of like season starting now. It's like you're
Yeah.
transitioning before it starts getting into like the bigger
the
games
big
later
games.
on in the middle of the
I mean,
season.
there's obviously with college football comes like there's always going to
Anything
be
can happen.
Anything can happen,
Yeah.
like, right? But yeah,
Anything can
I mean,
happen.
the games that I'll be watching obviously is FIU at 3:30.
CBS Sports, right?
Yeah, CBS Sports.
I'm trying to see if there's a
The
game
Colorado
this week.
game, I know is late night. There's a couple games that that should be good. There's one that I think it's Kansas State versus
Missouri.
Missouri.
Missouri is on the road, and
Yeah.
KSU. Missouri's at
LSU.
home. Kansas State's
Yeah.
3.5-point favorites.
LSU, Mississippi State. I mean, there's like those type of matchups where the spreads are big, but Florida Tennessee's
Florida,
probably
Tennessee,
the biggest
that's right,
name.
yeah. Even though Florida didn't look good,
Yeah, but the thing is, like everyone,
it's in the swamp though.
Everyone likes Florida today. Actually,
Yeah, it's in the swamp.
I've seen a lot.
Tennessee's
of
5.5.
Florida.
I don't know if I would touch that game,
And
but
see, that's a spread that's moved down too. That opened at like 8 or 8.5, and now it's at 5.5. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people like Florida. They think their defense is good, and they think the Tennessee quarterback isn't good. But I don't know. I'm not touching that game.
no, I wouldn't
think
touch that.
Tennessee,
I like it because it's
Yeah.
in the swamp, and the swamp is always a
Swamp's
tough
sick,
place
though.
to
The
play.
swamp is
And you
awesome.
know that place is gonna be loud. But
love
I
the
mean,
Swamp.
we'll
Shout-
see.
Shout out to those Gator listeners. lot of my family
A team
likes
that actually played yesterday that I actually wanted to talk about, and it's because of the bias of it being Tua's brother.
Yeah.
Is Maryland, bro? They're 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
They put an ass beating on Virginia yesterday.
Yeah.
And dude, he puts on good. He puts up good numbers.
He's good. I think he's good. I think he's
Like,
legitimate.
I-
The thing is, he's
Obviously, he's not Tua good,
He's
but-
up. It's hard. I mean, you
It's a
can't-
goat,
give
or
me a
whatever.
goat. Yeah. The thing is, he's undersized. I think he's even more undersized than Tua, if I'm not mistaken. Like he might be even smaller than Tua. And he I haven't seen too much of him play, but like
I've seen a couple games, and he's always
seen,
put
like,
up a good stat line.
yeah.
It hasn't been because like he played god awful, like they lost.
Yeah,
the game.
no. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he got injured, which kind of derailed Maryland's season last year.
Yes,
so it
he
means
did,
like how
actually.
important he is to the team. But I
Trying
mean,
to
yeah,
see how
from
big
what
he
I've
is.
seen, I mean, I watched a little bit
he's
of that game
5'11" right now,
Yeah, which means
he's probably like 5'10".
yeah. But yeah, he's no Tua, obviously.
No,
Tua the
but
goat.
I do like them. I think they're 3-0. They could sneak a couple wins, and I mean, Watch out for Maryland and
Well, it's also the
and
ACC.
sneak into the top 25.
It's also the ACC.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's weak right now, so
weak conference.
it's weak, especially with UM in there.
that was
Pavucho, our video guy, is a big UM fan, so he's picked the worst two people to record.
Literally, yeah.
But it's all right.
Well, speaking of UM, you're talking about Maryland.
Yeah.
You're not talking about UCG, University.
Oh,
of Coral
Universal
Gables.
Coral Gables.
Little brother. And,
All I'm saying is, last time FIU and UM played, we know how that ended. But we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah.
What's the anniversary of that day so we can mark that on our calendar?
Oh, don't worry. It's November 19th, 2019. So
Okay, solid.
It'll be coming up.
All right, I like it. What else we got? Yeah, I think that's it for college football this week. Obviously, we will recap this week and see what happens if anything crazy goes down. But big Colorado, big FIU this week, and that'll get us into NFL.
This is what I'm ready. I'm ready to talk some Fins.
Obviously, week one happened. It was a weird week one. I mean, you had teams that you thought were gonna, have a win with flying colors, struggled, lost. I mean, we could talk on a couple of those games, but obviously, we're gonna talk some Fins and that offense. That offense was just like electric.
You mean the best offense in football?
I mean, if the season ended today, yes.
No, if the season ended
yesterday.
Well, when it ends in February and we're the ones at the top, that's going to be. I've said it, and I will say it again. I will die on this hill. Tyreek Hill is the best player in the NFL.
He's legit unguardable.
Yes, you can say the best player outside of quarterback, because obviously quarterback is the most important position. Patrick Mahomes, whatever. Which is insane, the fact that Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill were on the same team.
Yeah.
But Tyreek Hill is.
Before you doesn't and I maybe I'm a little biased here, but doesn't Tyreek look better?
Oh yeah, well yes, because we use him way more.
Okay.
Because the Chiefs obviously
they
also
had Travis
have
Kelce. Yeah.
And also the way Mike McDaniel uses him is a bit different. Andy Reid's probably the best coach in the NFL.
Of course, yeah.
So it's not like a shot at him.
But Mike is a genius with the offense.
The offense, it runs through Tua, but it runs through Reek first.
Yeah.
And which is crazy because we still have Waddle, who is a top 10 receiver.
Well, he had a really quiet 7 for like 88 yards or something like that.
Exactly. And Waddle's going to get his, and Waddle is an absolute stud. And Waddle's going to have games that
he'll be the guy to pop off.
Like But Reek he's first off, he's unguardable. He's the fastest player in the league. He's got great hands. The fact that you can throw fades to Reek is hilarious.
Wild.
And if he's in space, you're cooked. It's nice.
Well, the thing is, they did a stat. It was on man defense, the numbers are out of control. You can't guard him.
You can't. You literally can't man him. But you even in
zone,
he's gonna cut up the zone.
Exactly.
And the second Reek finds
any little space.
Chargers ran some zone too, and Reek just cut him up.
They just ran a lot more man than they did zone. And
what's actually my favorite thing that Mike does with Reek is that he's constantly moving. There's not he's not lined up in the same place on any play. He's sometimes lined up as running back, sometimes he's lined up right next to the line.
Yeah.
So he's moving already.
No, his motion, he'll be motioning back and forth.
His motion wheel route, because he's just
so quick.
He's already got a head
building
start
the momentum on him. Yeah.
It's literally, how do you even stop that? But
I think you have to credit Mike McDaniels, because he just is the perfect guy to build this offense. Mm-hmm. He's got all the speed in the world. The offensive line play was really good week one, which I think was a huge question mark for me. More of a question mark than the defense was to me.
Uh-huh.
And then it was the reverse. Offensive line actually fucking balled against a really good defensive line, and defense struggled. But I think that's part of Fangio week one, not really knowing how to use his guys. I also think Kellen Moore devised a plan we're going to run the ball today, and they're not going to be ready for it.
Yeah. One on the O-line. O-line absolutely outperformed. I was terrified.
I was legit worried.
I went into the game excited. It's week one, but I'm also holy shit! We've got Khalil Mack and Boza on each side, and we've got no Taron Armstead. The line, obviously, we know the line.
Sure, we didn't even have Armstead. I forgot about that.
And they played amazing.
Yeah.
They actually really shocked me. I mean, no sacks.
Isaiah Wynn is really good, by the way.
Isaiah Wynn is really good.
Like him a lot. That was a hell of a pickup this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he started 13 games last year. So he's a starting caliber guy.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Armstead's making his return this week.
It looks like it.
So
he
it
did
should
contact
be,
injury.
and which is huge. The Pats have Judon, which is
That guy's a beast.
monster.
Judon and what's his kid's name? Uche, that he went to Columbus.
Yeah.
He turned it up in the second half of that season. Like, you cannot. I hate to say it, and everyone wants to think that we're gonna go up there and we're gonna kill the Patriots because we're the more talented team, which we are. Which I really hope we do. I really hope we do.
Let me stop you there, Andre. But we're gonna kill the Patriots.
But you can never discredit Belichick and him devising a scheme on defense that's gonna attempt to limit your best players. And
yes,
but then you have the flip side where Mike does a very good job of driving a hell of an offensive game plan.
yes. Also, Tua undefeated against Belichick, 4-0.
Yep.
Dolphins undefeated, obviously, goes in
Yeah.
that. And the defense, you touched on the defense, and I'll loop it in here too.
Yeah.
The Pats offense does not scare me. Mac Jones does not scare me.
He threw for 300 last week.
Mac Jones stinks. Mac Jones is, I think, probably, if he's not the worst, I don't know, it's between him or Zach Wilson. So I think they are the two, maybe whoever starts in the Cardinals each week, but it doesn't matter. You get the point.
Yeah.
Mac Jones stinks.
Yeah.
I hate Mac Jones. He's
They
garbage.
played the Eagles last week.
And the only thing that on their offense that really scares me is their run game, because they've got
Stevenson, Zeke now.
Zeke's whatever. He's kind of older, but whatever. Zeke's still Zeke.
He's still Zeke,
break off a couple.
Especially the way that we played run defense last week.
That's more of the point.
Yeah.
But I'm not too worried about the defense just yet. Like you said, Fangio's first game. I think he's gonna, he'll learn from this, and I think that he went in, and you can tell by some of the packages, we were only rushing 4 guys, and granted, we have on paper, if not the best, top 3 defensive line in football.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Phillip,
You would think with
Sealer,
that D line,
Wilkins,
that wouldn't be a word.
Chubb,
It wasn't a problem last year
in.
either.
And they just didn't apply any pressure. It was actually they could not. The only one is honestly is
Jalen Phillips. Yeah,
Jalen Phillips is
he's
a
always
monster.
like a half step there.
Yeah.
And often, don't get me wrong, offenses know that you got to get the ball out of your hands quick.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to get sacks because
Yeah.
teams are not stupid. Like, hey, you have 2 seconds to get the ball to your hand, or Jalen Phillips is going to be there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it too. And people talk about Chubb and where's Chubb been? A lot of times, Phillips is getting pressure because Chubb's coming off the edge and is forcing that presence on Jalen's side.
It's Chubb. I think
It's Chubb and then
Yeah,
Jalen on
I
the
think
corners.
Chubb and Wilkins too. It's that side.
On that side,
and
yeah.
then it's a Sealer or Phillips side.
Yeah, which Sealer,
But still,
Monster,
Chubb
too.
still got to put I will say Chubb has to.
we need sacks. That's what we need.
We need some more pressure. He
Yeah.
was silent, so I need some more from Chubb. But anyway, I think the game plan going into that was to stop Justin Herbert from throwing the ball downfield and spreading out, because they're with Kellen Moore. Obviously, he was big on the Cowboys running the 2 running back system, which they did. They got a lot of Joshua Kelly in too.
a shit ton. He was like 96
But
yards.
they went in we're not going to let Justin Herbert beat us today, and it kind of gashed us on the run because of it.
Yeah.
So I think the game plan for the Pats is going to be different, because I think it's okay, if they're going to beat us, Mac Jones, you better throw for 300.
Yeah,
again,
I mean, you would assume that Fangio is going to say,
that's
hey,
what I'm hoping. Yeah,
stack the box,
Yeah.
bring blitzes.
I want to blitz. I want to blitz the
Mac
shit
beat
out of
it.
Mac
Yeah,
Jones. This guy.
I want him to
stinks,
feel
dude. This guy
uncomfortable.
stinks.
You got to make him feel uncomfortable
He's
early.
terrible.
Because
Yes.
if you even
Yeah,
let him get
yeah.
in a little bit of a rhythm, any quarterback. You can't let them feel comfortable in the pocket.
I'm expecting.
And we got to win the turnover battle.
I want an X pick 6.
I want a pick. I want a pick.
Yeah.
And I want a strip fumble. If we can get those 2 things, we win this game in flying colors.
I want 40-0 is what I want.
Dude, on prime time?
On prime time.
But it's not good for the NFL. The NFL script is not going to let that happen 2 weeks in a row.
The script's going to be 40-7 then.
40-7, yeah.
They'll let Max score a little bit.
What is it? Miami's 3-point favorites?
Yeah. Got him at -2 though.
Okay. Yeah, I got Finn's prediction. I'm going to go 27-13.
Damn, I like that. I'm going to go 35-0.
Yes. Tua's gonna throw another 300.
You mean another 400?
Another 4.
466.
Another.
Maybe.
You think he hits 4?
No, he will throw for
350 and 2. I think Mostert has a good game.
yeah. I think Mostert has a good game too.
Actually, you know what? You have Mostert on your fantasy team, so I think he has a terrible game.
I think Reek's gonna go for. I genuinely think that Reek's gonna have 2,000 yards this year.
Bro.
I think Reek's gonna have another 100, 150 yards.
It's just we have so many weapons, dude.
Yeah,
You know who looked good last week? Also, too, Smythe.
Smythe, River Craycraft,
Craycraft.
and
Yeah, I love
Braxton.
Craycraft.
Braxton
And Braxton
Barrows,
did too.
like,
Braxton
all
did
three
good.
of them got involved.
No, I
and,
know.
and were really good. Like Tool was,
gas.
spreading around.
Dude, he looks so good. He looks so good.
He's literally.
I like,
By the way,
bro, he's got a little bit of a
Tua-
swag to him, too.
Two MVP future sitting right here.
I know. I have mine, too. I locked in an AZ.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
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 I locked out an AZ. And then I
Yeah.
also locked Dolphins Giants Super Bowl. That looks.
Yeah, that's
I mean, Dolphins side looks
Yeah,
soft,
yeah,
but
yeah,
the
Dolphins.
Giants team looks
Yeah.
brutal. One of these days, we got to talk some Giants just so we can make Eric feel
Or we
miserable.
can just call Eric and just talk shit to him for like 10 minutes. And
Bro, he had a what was
he has
it?
no answer.
Giants fucking choked, and then there was something else that
Probably the
happened.
Yankees, I have to guess.
Yeah, Yankees suck this year too.
Yeah.
He's having a brutal sports year. Good, fuck him.
Oh, no.
But what else? All right, so let's get into just NFL general. We got some big week 2. A lot of teams that we thought were gonna win lost.
You know what's the best part about the NFL is that there's not a bad week.
Never. It's like every
Never a
week
bad week.
is gonna be a good fucking matchup.
Every week. I can watch. NFL is probably. I mean, just football in general, because I can do the same thing pretty much with college football. That like any game, like whatever game's on, I can watch. Like,
Yeah. Oh no.
basketball, like
dude.
I love the Heat.
Yeah.
I'm not
gonna turn on
I'm not
a
watching,
random.
even if it's a decent game. Like I'm not watching Kings Warriors.
Yeah.
Like on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't care.
Hockey, love the Panthers. I'm probably not watching random hockey games.
Yeah.
Like that are not the Panthers.
Yeah. No, football's elite.
Football, I will watch every single
Football's elite.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Red
not a bad
zone.
week. I'm saying red zone.
I got it.
It's got hands.
I pulled the trigger on it because like
About time.
I know. I don't know why I hadn't
What
done
do you
it.
mean? I just pulled the trigger on it.
Well, because I would always go to like a sports bar or something and watch the
Yeah.
game, but like now that I'm like watching it more at the house, Fubo had like a deal where I just
Yeah,
locked
yeah.
it down with Fubo. It was like $10 extra a month, and dude, it's so gas. I have the Dolphins game on one TV, and then I have another TV
Red zone,
there
yeah.
right next to it, just full
You
of
have
red
to.
zone.
Red
It's
zone
the
is
only
the greatest thing of all time.
when your
It's the
team's not
greatest
playing,
adventure.
it's amazing. It's a little awkward when
Yes.
it's on the TV and then all of a sudden your game's also on that TV and it's
Fair,
like
but-
half a second behind. But I mean, outside of that, it's still gas.
For me, it's literally the greatest,
Especially for fantasy
invention
football.
since electricity.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love
This
red zone.
gas.
But yeah, we can
Let's
see
get
some of the games.
Eagles Vikings already played this week. Eagles looked good for whatever. Vikings got to figure out their turnover situation, but we're not going to get into that. All right, so we got Bills Raiders.
Do we want to talk some picks already? Because I've got some picks.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like as we go through.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what games we got. So all right, Bills Raiders.
Buffalo's 8-point favorites. It's in Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo's got to bounce back. I don't think they lose that game.
Yeah, I'm not going to take this game, but I think Buffalo wins. Like if Buffalo, I have like my survivor pool pick is Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like I don't care wasting them early. I don't think they look. First off, I would actually love to talk Buffalo for a second. I'm not scared of Buffalo. Buffalo doesn't scare me.
Dude, Josh Allen, man.
Bring me Buffalo because Josh Allen, the turnover machine.
What is it, like 84 turnovers? Like since I don't know if
And granted, listen, I legitimately think Josh Allen is very.
Well, he's
good,
your fantasy
obviously.
football quarterback, which
Well, don't
you
remind me.
got bad karma for that.
Yeah, I actually might cut him, but just for the sake of it.
Tua.
But he's obviously good. I've always said that team is too reliant on him.
Yeah.
And if he's having a bad game, they're never going to win.
Yeah, I mean, people were crediting the Jets defense. I'm like, dude, Josh Allen made
the
some.
Jets,
The Jets defense is good. It's good.
The Jets defense is legit.
But dude, look at some of those picks that Josh Allen threw.
I know,
He's
they're
just
terrible.
throwing it 60 yards downfield
Yeah.
in double coverage with nobody there. Like that's not
Yeah.
a good decision. I don't give a shit how good the defense is.
Yeah, I think their window is closing. It's like while ours, our window is open. We are in our window for the Super Bowl. For sure.
So is Buffalo though.
Yes, but theirs is
Oh,
closing.
theirs is closing, yeah,
Like
yeah,
ours is right here. We've
Yeah.
got this year and next year really are our 2 years that we need to make something happen.
Yeah.
Buffalo's on their last year because after this they're gonna have to pay a lot of people. I don't think
I
Diggs
don't think
stays.
Diggs is coming back.
Obviously, Josh Allen's there for the long haul, but they just have to. They're gonna have to rebuild.
Yeah.
Because they'll lose a lot of guys. But yeah, Buffalo. I think they win today. Obviously, they're still good, but
Yeah, I think Buffalo
they should win.
that game. If they don't win that game, then there's a lot of question marks over there. The game, I think there's 2 big games of the week, like here that I'm looking at the lineup. That actually 3, but Ravens Bengals.
Okay,
That's a massive
this
game.
is my first pick.
Yeah.
I've got Ravens +3.
Ooh.
And Ravens money line. And I was actually way more confident about this pick until literally last night, where I saw a tweet that said that the Ravens are missing like 5 of their starters tomorrow.
Okay.
And so,
it's not a good
obviously
pick.
that actually terrifies me.
Who on
but
like both sides of the ball or
both sides of the ball?
Oh,
A lot
okay.
on defense too, but I think one of their O linemen is out too.
Okay.
And so I'm not super confident in it.
They also lost Dobbins for the year.
I just think for me, supposedly it's going to rain in Cincy.
Jeez, all this rain to start the
So
year.
Ravens running attack, even without Dobbins, should get going. I think Lamar's
got to be better.
He does have to be better, but I think Lamar's amazing.
Yeah, Lamar's. There's no discussion that he's a great quarterback.
I love Lamar so much, and so I think the only reason I picked the Ravens really
It's the Tropola.
is, well, obviously, but it's more that I don't think Joe Burrow is 100% healthy.
Really?
I don't think he's fully back. I think the Bengals are still good.
No, Bengals are good. The same thing happened to
The
them
Bengals-
last year. They
yeah.
started 0-2. They looked slow. People were freaking out,
yes. And
they'll
so
be perfectly fine.
they will be fine in the long haul. They will. I just think
But
now
losing
they're
2 in a
still-
row to start,
They're still like, first off,
Division
Joe
games,
Burrow
too.
still like he has that thing on his calf or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't think he's like, and I don't think he's like injured enough to he's playing. Like,
Right.
He's still out there, but I don't think he's 100%. And I just think that the Ravens, first off, it's a divisional game. Harbaugh's a really good coach. I don't know. I just like Lamar. I like his new weapons. Mark Andrews is supposedly coming back this week.
I do like Zay a lot.
Zay Flowers is awesome.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I just think it could be a field goal game, and I'll take the guys on the underdog
All
side.
right. I like
Mainly
that.
to troll George Pola, but I
I think that's going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be heated. Bengals are going to be hot. The crowd's
Yeah.
going to be in it.
It might be even with the rain, it might be an over party. I might take the over also. But
I like that. All right, next game, Chiefs Jaguars. I think that's
Love
a
this game.
huge game too. A lot of people obviously are saying Jags can't pull this off. There's a little bit of a revenge game there from the playoffs
Yeah.
last year. I think it's still a question mark if Kelsey's going to play or not.
so it's actually I think it came out this morning. Like, well, I saw
really?
it right when I think Kelsey and Chris Jones are both playing.
Nice.
But
Nice.
also, don't know how fully healthy Travis Kelsey is.
No,
He's
we don't
obviously
know
not too
that.
fully healthy.
I don't know if you saw the video of him yesterday at practice.
Oh, the one that
He
was,
comes out, dude. It
no,
fooled me. He goes, he
yeah.
bends down, he puts my knee, and then he does a little,
little
back twerk. This guy. But yeah, I don't think the Chiefs lose 2 in a row. I think it will be a hell of a game. I think Trevor Lawrence is legit too.
I think Trevor Lawrence is legit as well.
I think he's legit. And let me tell you, what's this guy's name?
Really?
Bro.
Really? I've been saying it,
Dude.
I
love that
knew
for
how
the Jags.
I knew how good this guy was going to be. First off, I traded for him last year in a dynasty league when he was out the whole year. I'm like, all right, this guy's going to come back on the Jags. Like, give me Calvin
With
Ridley.
Trevor Lawrence,
and then
he looks
I
good.
saw all the things in the offseason. I'm like, this guy looks like he hasn't missed a step.
I know.
And then you go to week 1, he has not missed a step. This guy's
He's
still
good.
a monster, and they've still got so many weapons there too. You've still got Kirk. You've still got
Kirk
Zay
had a great
Jones.
year last year. Zay Jones just picked him
Evan
up on
Ingram, like-
waivers.
Yeah, so it's I think they're a very good team.
Yeah. No, they're going to be good.
It's gonna be
Etienne
very
at running
tough,
back.
though. It's gonna
And
be
the
very
defense,
tough.
their defense is good.
Yeah, no, I think
They're-
the Jags are a good team.
They're a good team.
However,
Chiefs go
Chiefs
in there.
coming off a loss.
Yeah. It's
is
tough.
the scariest team
Yeah,
to face.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
it's still the Chiefs. It's early. Week 1 Super Bowl hangover.
Also, for the Chiefs to lose that week 1 game, everything went the Lions' way.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything.
Like, and the
I
Lions,
mean, Dan
the
Campbell
Lions,
calling
I
a
love,
fourth, and I love the
Dan
Lions.
Campbell.
Oh
I
my
love the
God.
Lions. I love them. They totally
But
deserve to win
everything
that.
went right.
Yeah, that
Tony with those
asterisk-
drops
Yeah.
at the end of the game. Like,
Dude, that guy's got brick hands.
Dude,
Like that guy is
that's
awful.
brutal.
But yeah, I just think it's one of those I would probably take if I take the Jags, it'd probably be the points just because they're underdogs at home.
Yeah.
But like I expect the Chiefs to win this game. If I had to pick a winner, I would be going with the Chiefs just because like
Yeah, 2 in a row. It's tough.
it's just like hard also like betting against Mahomes,
yeah.
off a loss. Like it's
It's
that
almost
stuff
impossible.
just
Yeah.
it would terrify
I'm
me.
with you.
So, yeah,
I like it.
So
But I think those are the big games,
maybe,
and then
maybe Jags cover, but yeah, I expect the Chiefs win.
Yeah, I'm with you. The other big game I would say this week, and it's only relevant because AFC teams playing Jets and Cowboys. You think the Cowboys just go in and just murder the Jets, or you think it's a competitive game?
I don't think they murder them like they murdered.
They're
the
8.5
Giants.
point favorites right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna murder them like they murdered the Giants, but I don't think the Jets are gonna win.
Yeah.
Until I see something from.
I'm not sold on Dak.
Neither am I. I just think the Cowboys defense. What it is, it's really two really good.
Their
defenses
defense is great. Yeah.
going at each other.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys offense is still better than the Jets offense with Zach Wilson.
Yes, I do agree with that.
They've got a ton of weapons. Tony
Yeah.
Pollard, CeeDee Lamb. Their O line's really good. Dak, I'm not a Dak guy either. I don't think Dak's that good, but I don't think he's like that bad. He's the most like middle quarterback.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
he'll win you games.
Yeah.
He'll throw some stupid picks, but he's like he's all right.
He's
Like,
gotta be a game
he's
manager
better
with
than
his
Zach
defense
Like
right now.
I think Zach Wilson is, if it's not Mac Jones, Zach Wilson's the worst quarterback in the NFL. So, like,
Do you think Zach is
oh,
better?
we haven't even touched that Rodgers thing. Like that Rodgers thing was
God.
crazy.
That Rodgers thing is crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
as a Dolphins fan, you're like, okay, it's hypothetically good,
Yeah.
but it just sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Like when it happened, I was like, I couldn't
couldn't-
fucking believe it
Yeah, I
happened.
couldn't believe it. I mean, outside of the fact that I had him in fantasy, I was down 10 points. All I knew was 10 points from Aaron Rodgers.
3 plays in, right? Or 4 plays
4
in?
plays in.
But that old, let me tell you.
That only stinks.
The O-line. Like, there was a question mark going in. It's bad, bro. Zach
Dude,
Wilson was scrambling all
three-
game.
Yeah, and all 3 plays that Rodgers was in were either sacks or
Yeah.
rushes, and like, no, so I think the Cowboys win. I don't know if it's as dominant. I don't think it's 40-0. It's
Yeah.
probably, if I had to guess, could be like 21-7, maybe.
So you think Cowboys cover the 8.5?
Probably, but I'm not taking. It could also very well be a 17-10 game. Like, and it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
I just expect the Cowboys to win.
Yeah, I got you.
So the other game that I have two. I came with
Seahawks
2
Lions
picks.
is a good
I came
one.
with 2 picks, Dre.
Go. Lock them.
Oh wait. Okay. The first being, and I'm a bit worried about this pick, but I've got Packers +2.
Okay.
They're playing in Atlanta.
That's right.
It's more of a fade of Atlanta until I fully see something, because they've got the weapons. They've got Drake London, Bijan.
What's going on
They
with
don't
that?
use
Okay.
They don't use Kyle Pitts for some reason.
They
Their
don't use
line
Kyle
is-
Pitts.
their
But
line is good.
what's the whole situation with the running backs with Bijan and
Algier. Yeah, I mean, Algier is the vulture. That's how you describe him. He's
But you draft Bijan, what was he, top 5, right?
yeah, top 5, top 10. around
Yeah,
there.
somewhere in the top 10. And the guy's a monster. Had a great game.
Yeah.
But come red zone time, they didn't even use him.
Yeah, they use Algier.
But why? The same size.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
only
it's-
selfishly asking because I
because
have
you
him on my
I know,
fantasy team.
I know that's why you're
And
asking.
I would have gotten like 12
And I
extra
don't really
points.
know how to answer you other than the fact that, like, I mean, Algier had a really good year last year too.
He did. He was a 1,000-yard rusher
Yeah,
last year.
1,000-yard rusher, and they just probably want to limit the amount that this guy's getting banged up in the red zone.
Listen,
But
they gotta-
I mean, I
they
agree.
gotta
I
fix
also have
that.
Bijan in another league, so like I would love to get more Bijan action. But
I do like how they use him though, because they'll line him up in the slot,
Yeah, they're
that
moving him
receiver, like
Yeah.
he's gonna get his touches. But
yeah, so like they have a lot of weapons and a lot of
Yeah.
players I like, but I just don't trust them yet. And
do you trust Jordan Love that much?
I do.
Okay.
So that's more of a Jordan Love. I like what I saw.
I
from
do
Jordan
like
Love.
that pick though. Packers -1.
I like that they're dogs.
Yeah, they're underdogs in Atlanta.
And I like their defense, and I like Jordan Love. I think Christian Watson practiced for the first time yesterday, so I'm hoping he
Yes.
comes back. I don't know about Aaron Jones, but I think A.J. Dillon's a great,
He's proven that he can run
he's
the
a great
ball.
backup to come in. So I don't know. I'm gonna take the dog in the
I
pack,
have my
and-
lock of the week.
And this is my lock of the week.
Go, tell me.
Outside of Dolphins -2,
Right.
that was given.
I wonder if you're gonna pick the same one as me.
Seahawks Lions
Okay.
over
Ooh.
47.5.
So Seahawks money line.
No.
Oh, okay.
Seahawks Lions over 47.5.
Got you. Oh yeah, it's a shootout.
In a dome. Lions, Seahawks,
I like
both.
that.
The Seahawks kind of struggled last week. I expect them to pick it up. That the total has gone the over for Lions home games. I think 8 of their 9 home games last year. I'm taking their first over at home. Give me the Seahawks Lions over.
I like that. I'm gonna tell you mine. I
Yeah.
got, and I don't know what this line opened at, and right now it's at this, so it probably won't. I'd be shocked if it stays this way. CJ Stroud is probably not gonna play this weekend. So
Did he get hurt?
he got hurt.
Shit, I didn't even realize
Yeah,
that.
I know. And they're 1-point favorites against the Colts this weekend. To me, that's a lock. Colts have to go in there and win that game.
And I liked what I saw from Richardson. to be
Richardson looked good. They're on the road, whatever
honest.
that's
He's
worth.
fine though, right? Because I know he got a bit banged up too. Is he
Yeah,
playing?
yeah. I mean, I'm looking here at the injury report. He's not on it.
I
So
love
Richardson should be playing.
I like
I think
that.
the Colts, they had
mean,
a hard
it's-
fought game last week
Yeah.
that they could have won. I think that's a lock against Houston.
I mean, it's essentially 2 shitty teams, and I'll take the better shitty team.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're very mid teams in a rebuild phase. Somehow Houston's a favorite right now, 1-point favorite without their starting quarterback. I don't know who is their backup.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think you gotta Colts is a lock.
I'm liking
and,
this pick, Andre.
and the over under at 39.5. I'm gonna say you gotta take the. I think you gotta take the under there.
Yeah, it's so low though.
I know it is low, but it's like
Davis Mills is their quarterback.
Davis. Oh yeah, I mean he actually. He actually was pretty good last year. I'm still gonna stand with my pick.
Yeah. I like it.
You got any other picks? I mean, we got a couple. I think those are the big games
No,
of the week.
yeah, I've got.
The Giants got to figure something out.
Giants stink.
I mean, I actually thought they were gonna be good this year.
I hope they win because I'm in 2 survivor pools.
Oh God. I fucking
Yeah,
lost
you already
week
lost.
one,
You
dude.
already lost. Your
Vikings
survivor
losing
pool.
to the Bucks, dude. I'm like, there's no way they lose that game.
Yeah. I've got Bills in one. I've got Giants in the other. So,
All right. Well,
yeah.
fuck. Yeah. Who do the Giants play?
The Cardinals in Arizona.
Oh God. Cardinals lock.
They're playing in Scottsdale.
They are. Iconic. All right. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. We got our week 2 picks in for the NFL. Slow week in college football. We'll see what else happens, but I think hell of a start.
Hell of a start.
To the show, and like I said, we'll get into some golf. We got Ryder Cup coming up.
That's gonna be huge.
So we'll have an episode just on Ryder Cup, or at least a good portion of the episode on Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be heated this year, so I'm hyped about that.
It's gonna be good.
JT is playing some good golf. Back into
not as good as Victor Hovland.
not as good as Hovland, but I don't know. JT yesterday I think went 8 of 9 in greens in regulation, so
Yeah.
we'll see. It's gonna be sick. But yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. So thanks for listening, and thanks for being here.
Of course. Pause up, guys.